Today I want to talk about something that's I've seen firsthand, and I've had many people over the years tell me this, and it's something that I've experienced myself, and it needs to stop. We're talking about that in today's episode, so strap in and get ready for episode 138. Let's go.
I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast. Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name is Brian Purdy, and I will be your host. If you are a first-time listener, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the time. I know there are so many different podcasts that you could spend your time listening to, and I'm honored that you chose this one. For my return listeners, welcome back. It's great that you are here. So happy to be able to connect with you once again. All right, so before I jump into today, if you have not already, please text podcast to 706-222-7551. You will get an automated response just letting you know that you're officially signed up. And then from there, what I do is every week I send out a couple texts, just fitness tips or motivational stuff, just to kind of connect with you on a weekly level. And I love that I'm able to do that now. So again, text podcast to 706-222-7551. All right, let's jump in. So this is something that really needs to stop in the fitness world and just in general, and it's shaming. Maybe you've experienced it. Maybe you have known someone who has experienced it. It is a very real thing. And while we think that, that doesn't really happen, it really does. Now, I'm not talking about, I know it's kind of a buzzword right now, the whole body shaming thing. And that's kind of what I'm talking about and kind of not. What I'm referring to is when you start a health journey, you might get a mixed response. You might have some people that are supporting you and happy to see you making changes, positive changes. And you may have others who don't really understand it, but aren't necessarily negative. In other words, they're kind of like, you could still eat that piece of cake. You're okay. You're fine. And you can work it off tomorrow. That kind of thing. They're kind of supportive, but they're also kind of drag you down a little bit. Then you have the negative outright people who are, you shouldn't be doing that diet. That diet's not good for you. You should be on this diet. You should be doing this workout program. Well, I got on Plexus and it saved my, you know what I'm talking about. There's people out there who, no matter what you're doing, will say that what you were doing is wrong. And I'm here to tell you that no, it's not. Here's what I mean by that. Everybody is drawn to a certain thing. You know, there are certain people who are vegans and they have beliefs around that. And I respect that. I think a vegan healthy lifestyle is a good thing. As long as you're doing vegan right and not eating all the cheap vegan foods, because that's, to me, not even, anyway, that's not healthy. There are some that I think are incorrect, like carnivore and keto, which I've talked about. I don't agree with those diets. I don't agree with not eating vegetables and fruit on the carnivore diet. I don't even understand how that's viewed as healthy. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. Keto, don't get me started. You know how I feel about carbs. I love some good, healthy carbs. Yes, there's a lot of bad carbs. There's a lot of bad everything, though. So what I really want to drive home is there's all these different things out there, right? And people are drawn to them and people get on them. And some are just fads. Some are just, these quick fly-by-night things. And they feel like it's their job to convince you to do the same. Oh, well, it worked for me. It'll work for you. Well, not necessarily. Everybody is different. Now, I can tell you what will work for everybody. It's not a magic pill. It's not the newest diet plan. It's eating the right amount of calories, eating good, healthy foods to get that right amount of calories, and it's working out regularly. That's it. Those are the only three things you need to hit your fitness goal. And time. I lied. A fourth. It takes time. Because nothing happens overnight. There's no quick fix. There's no 7-day miracle program. There's no 30-day magical pill. There's no take the ring to Mordor and you will magically be fit. That stuff doesn't exist. I wish it did, because that would be kind of cool. But it doesn't. You've got to focus on those basic things. Don't buy into the hype, no matter who is telling you that you need to get on this diet or you need to get on this plan or you need to... Just don't listen. You've got to reach deep inside and connect with that reason why you started. Why am I doing this journey? Why do I want to get healthier? Why do I want to get fit? Hold on to that reason. Maybe it's so, you can keep up with your kids. Maybe it's to be a good example to your kids. Maybe it's just to win over the girl or the guy. Maybe it's to feel more confident in yourself. Maybe it's to compete in a competition. Whatever that goal is, keep that at the forefront of your mind. Write it down on a piece of paper, tape it to your computer screen, tape it to your car dash, tape it to your bathroom mirror so that you're constantly reminded of why you're doing what you're doing. That way, when these people come against you and tell you that you're doing something wrong, you can go and refer to that why. And that's all you have to hold on to. Know that you're doing the right thing for you, because I promise you, if you work out, if you eat the right amount of calories and you eat good, healthy calories and you give it time and stay consistent, radical things will happen for you. Will you lose 20 pounds in a week? Absolutely not. Will you gain 20 pounds of muscle in a month? Absolutely not. That stuff doesn't happen, but you will gain muscle if you're working out and eating right. You will lose weight if you're working out and eating right. See what I'm saying? There are foundational things. That's all you have to do, and stay true to you, stay consistent, and the things you want to happen will happen. So please don't buy into the hype. And I know it's easy to sit here and say all this, but when a good friend is criticizing you for not getting on their workout plan, or a family member just doesn't understand why you're making these lifestyle changes, it can be really hard. It can be very hard and very mentally draining because you feel isolated, you feel alone. And I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. You are not isolated. There are people out there who will cheer you on. Maybe you just haven't found them yet, and that's okay. There are going to be times when your journey may be alone. I'm here. If you have nobody else, hit me up. I'm available. You can freaking text me now. You can send me a message on Instagram. I have a Facebook group where it's all people who are just encouraging each other. Believe me, I monitor it closely. So if anybody's doing anything crazy in there, they're gone. There are places you can go to get kind of refueled, because I get it. It can be a lonely journey. And sometimes I need some encouragement. Sometimes I get motivated by the people that follow me. I get encouraged by their journeys, by their, successes and their failures, because I see, wow, they're struggling just like me in that area, or they killed it this week. And it encourages me to try harder. We all can encourage one another. We all can lift each other up. And we have to just realize, too, that it's not our job to point out if someone else is doing a wrong diet or a wrong workout plan. They're doing that, let them do that. If that's what they firmly believe in, you're not going to change their mind anyway, typically. So let them be, and you do you, and be okay with that. Rest in that. Rest in the fact that you're doing what you need to be doing, and that's all that matters. Because deep down, that is truly all that matters. You've got to do what you know you need to do to hit your fitness goal. Not what Sally Joe says, not what Joe Schmo says, what you know to do. Not what that latest YouTube craze is saying, what you know to do. Those basic fundamental principles that I just laid out. Working out, eating the right amount of calories, eating good clean foods, and giving it time and staying consistent. So if you're weighted down, if you feel like you're failing, just get back up, keep going, keep making these consistent day-to-day steps, because they will get you to where you want to go. Remember, you've got this.